Welcome back, friends. We are now in another country. Welcome to Malaysia.
This one's all about the street art and the food. I hope you brought your appetite. Let's go. So we'll start by sharing a quick map with you here, as we often do. We rolled in from Phuket in southern Thailand. It was a nice short flight over to Georgetown in the area they call Penang. And here there's kind of two major attractions in Georgetown. One is the street art is quite famous. So we had a great time roaming around for a day or so, just capturing some photos of that. So a little montage here for you. I was suffering a little bit from the heat and humidity here. It was pretty toasty as we did our walking tour, but just like an oasis in the desert, we stumbled at the tail end upon this wonderful cat-themed shop, the Heritage Cat, which also had some great artwork inside, and she warmly invited us in to take a few more shots.
The other big attraction in Georgetown is the food. Lots of local dishes here. And the first night we got here, we kind of stumbled upon a really good restaurant. It cost very little, and we had two great meals, authentic meals. I had the nasi lemak, which is super good, like a chicken and rice dish. And Craig had the Hokkien mee, which is kind of a prawn broth soup with noodles. I think he really liked that as well.
They were both fantastic, but we had no idea what we were ordering or what we were doing. So thankfully, the next day we got ourselves out on a guided food tour that helped us make sense of just what we were having here in Malaysian cuisine and the fusion of all the cultures that come together here.
And we had lots of good food on the food tour. One of the other big dishes that we finally got to try, I think on our third night, was the nasi kandar. And this is a pretty neat dish, as it kind of comes from back in the day when some entrepreneurial people started taking food down to the port to sell. And what they did is they actually used kind of a stick. I think we got a picture of it from the museum. And they carried their dishes. It was usually rice with some curries or some other dishes. So it got the name Nasi Kandar. And Kandar is from kind of the pole that they used to carry the food down. And that kind of stuck. And so you can still go into restaurants and get Nasi Kandar. And we went to one of the local kind of highlighted places, and it was tough because there's a lot of choices to add with your rice, so you get a pretty big plate pretty fast. It was good fun.
Then they kind of charge you by whatever side things you put on your rice. I was like, oh, that beef curry looks good. Oh, that looks good too. So I ended up with these massive plates every time I went. It was delicious, but it was hard to control myself. The other stop that helped us make sense of the food culture here was the Wonder Food Museum, where they had giant models of these popular dishes from this area. So here's a few shots of some giant food.
We only had time in Malaysia to do a couple things, so we decided to concentrate on the two cities, Georgetown and Kuala Lumpur, which was pretty easy. We just took a train from Georgetown to Kuala Lumpur, and then we spent a couple days kind of touring around the city. Both very cool cities, and we did some kind of walking tours. We had good weather, kind of hot. Other than that, it was pretty decent, and very modern cities, like lots of shopping, lots of good food, a little bit more expensive maybe than in Thailand and some of the other countries we're in. We did kind of a walking tour and some markets in an area, Kuala Lumpur, that's kind of more the heritage area. There's some old buildings left over from when England had a colony there, and so that was kind of neat. And then we also did lots of food as well. What else did we get up to in the city?
Well, contrast the colonial stuff with the modern, and I didn't expect to be so impressed with the Petronas Towers, but they were pretty impressive. We went up and saw them one afternoon, and actually went back for the water show at the fountain at night and saw them lit up. So we've got a few shots of that here as well.
The one other thing that we did is just took a bus out to Batu Cave, which is just outside the city. And this is a Hindu temple that's kind of built into this cave. It was kind of cool. It was pretty big and impressive, but the monkeys really stole the show here. They were aggressive, not scared of humans. You really had to hold on to your stuff. They would grab it and take it from you.
This guy got himself a nice full container of Pringles he was enjoying here, and then he makes the mistake of not getting the cap on tight. Uh-oh. Oh no. Hey, 3 second rule. 3 second rule. They're still good.
That about wraps it up for Malaysia. We really enjoyed it here. It was a quick visit, but we had great food. We came for the food and we ate lots. We were stuffed. A little bit hot and humid for us, but still a great place to visit. Where are we to next?
Next up, it's the Philippines. It's all about beaches and boat tours. Grab your snorkel. We will see you soon.